All right, so this is devlog number 17. I made a video on this jet level that I'm making. It's going really good. I guess I can't show it. I'll just make another video on that. But so in the first level, it's the introduction to the whole entire game. It first starts off you fighting in this jet, and you're in a simulation world, or you're in a VR world. And what happens is that it actually gets corrupted, and then it goes into the game. That's the short version of it. Don't want to spoil this other story. So the level's done. I have enemies in and stuff like that so that you can start it and go through it. But I am scripting out what happens when the AI takes over. And I just went through a Udemy course. Let me pull it up here. I'm actually doing another one. Let me get the lady's name, because I'll be talking in these videos and I forget the names of the individuals who I learned the stuff from. So Sabian Toomey. Sobian Toomey? Sobian Toomey. I didn't forget the name, but now I'm butchering it, right? But no, it's a lady who I learned storyboarding in. And this is one of the first storyboards that I did. So there was like a little small practice that she had. A story that she was already written out. And you make these different panels and different storyboards as you go. And so that's what prompted me to kind of want to do this devlog here. Because of that, there's some templates that she had. I printed out some, right? And I'm like, okay, when the jet first reaches this particular point in the map, the AI is going to get corrupted. So this huge robot is going to come out and say that he found her, or he found what part of the VR simulation that she was in, or part of the digital world that she's in, corrupts it and takes it over. And then the game starts, right? So I have it where like the world is going to appear to get crumbled down, and then the camera is going to zoom up on him. He's going to talk to you, you know, scare her or scare you as the player, take over, you know, blow up the jet, and then the game is going to start. And I'm like, all right, I have all this in my head, but it's much better to script it out. So that's what I'm going to do, is actually script it out first, you know, pre-draw it, because that's what I was going to start doing, was drawing it. And I'm like, you know what, let me just draw these in pieces, because I'm going to use the tools that's in Unreal to like make the pieces in the world fall apart. So basically it's going to be, the world is going to go black. Then I'm going to have this black wall that's going to start falling apart in cubes, or I'm thinking about octagons. I'm not sure yet because I want to keep it consistent. So probably just squares are going to start falling apart. And as the black pieces of the wall fall apart, it's going to look like there's a world behind it. And it's going to be primarily red, because red primarily scares people. And then the guy's going to walk up from behind the wall. And so I'm going to script that out. And so, you know, by me going through this course, I learned that. And it just hit me like, yo, I'm learning skills that are going to help me further, you know, because when you have something in your head and just coming here and putting it together is one thing, but when you script it out and just you know, still coming from you, but when you write things down, it comes out a whole lot better when you go to put it into production. For whatever reason, we're imperfect and everything else, but that's a story for another video. Yeah, so it's just really cool. So I guess like in this devlogs, number 17 is to, you know, develop the skills about what you want to do. And then it's just really cool because it's the first time I'm like learning something. Well, I'll take time to learn things that I'm going to be actually using. That was the reason why it was hard for me, particularly to finish school, because I didn't see where I was going to be able to use these things that I'm learning at. So yeah, take time to learn the things that's going to help you with your projects or help you with what you want to do. not just like learning virtual effects or whatever, but there's, you know, there's skills that people can teach you that can help your dev journey better. So that's one thing I have to say. If you're making games, go through some Udemy courses or whatever you want to use, but look up skills that's actually going to help you in each part of your development with your game. Now, for me specifically, I want to be a producer. So I've been taking the time to learn about every part of making video games for being a producer. And it's kind of cool because I'm taking things that I think go along with it. You know, I'll watch different producers and all that. But these things that I'm actually learning little tricks and little skills to help boost and help organize even further with what I'm already doing. So like I have a project that I'm working on, right? I mean, I've been talking about it. And by me taking the time to learn these different things, I'm not only learning little bitty tricks of the trade, but I'm also getting certifications as well. And it's helping me further get better at what I'm doing. So that my next project, I already know, because I have scenes that I made, but I already know, okay, we just gonna script it out first and then go with it. So yeah. That's all. This was, it just hit me. I'm like, you know what? Let me make this video before I go to bed here. See y'all next time.